When people hear the word finance, they picture spreadsheets, budgets, and suits. But that's not what I'm talking about here today. If you don't understand finance, you don't understand success. And not because of money, but because money is the clearest reflection of the skills necessary to succeed at anything. Finance isn't math. Finance is psychology. It's discipline, long-term thinking, emotional control, decision-making, resource allocation, attention management, and the ability to delay pleasure now for payoff later. Every form of success requires those exact skills. So in this video, I'm going to break down finance in a way that you've probably never heard before. Not as budgeting tricks or investing tips, but as a universal life framework that every successful person understands, whether they realize it or not. And later down the line, I actually want to introduce finance videos just because I enjoy making them. So stay tuned for that. But today we're just going to be breaking down the foundation and explaining why finance isn't just a category, it's a mindset. And mastering it will make you successful in every area of your life. So let's dive in. Number 1, finance isn't just about money, it's about managing resources. We wake up every day with limited resources, limited time, energy, discipline, attention, emotional bandwidth. Money is just simply the easiest one to measure. Money is like the scoreboard for how well you manage the things you can't see. That's why people who struggle with money often struggle with sticking to routines, prioritizing tasks, making decisions, staying consistent, avoiding distractions, and managing stress. It's not because they're bad with money, it's just that they're bad with managing resources. And that's the skill at the core of every form of success. Finance is just the most obvious one of all. Number 2, delayed gratification, the master skill of success. Every financial skill is really the test of one thing. Can you delay gratification? If you spend money now, you're sacrificing the future version of yourself. If you save or invest now, you're prioritizing the future over the present. And that skill shows up everywhere. In fitness, building a business, relationships, learning a skill, discipline, habits, and focus. Delayed gratification is the invisible thread that connects all success. Finance is just the daily training ground where you practice it. If you can master delayed gratification with money, you can master delayed gratification with everything else. Number 3, opportunity cost, the hidden law of life. Here's something nobody understands until they study finance. Every yes is a no to something else. That's called opportunity cost, and it controls everything in your life. But it goes way beyond money. Scrolling on TikTok means saying no to working on your goals. Dating the wrong person is saying no to years of potential growth. Pursuing the wrong career is saying no to meaningful opportunities. Hanging out with the wrong people is saying no to the person you want to become. Once you understand opportunity cost, you start to make decisions differently. That's why I say, if you don't understand finance, you don't understand success. Because success is nothing more than good opportunity costs compounded over time. Number 4, risk management, the hidden reason why successful people seem confident. When you see successful people, they look fearless. They look like they take huge risks. But the truth is, they're not reckless, they're calculated. And you learn that through finance. Finance teaches you to build buffers, diversify, don't rely on one income source, plan for downside. These principles apply to everything. You take career risks because you have a safety net. You start a new business because you've diversified your income. You move to a new state because you've planned for the worst case scenario. You leave a bad relationship because you're emotionally secure. Confidence isn't a personality trait. Confidence is what happens when you manage risk well. And finance teaches you that. Compounding, the real reason why some people win big. Everyone thinks that compounding is a finance principle, but it simply isn't. Compounding is the rule of the universe. Yes, your investments compound, but so do your skills, habits, reputations, relationships, knowledge, creativity, and discipline. Everything meaningful in life grows slowly, then suddenly. Finance trains you to think in decades, not days. And if you could think long-term with money, You can think long-term with everything else, and long-term thinkers always win. Number 6, cash flow, the system that runs your life. Cash flow sounds like something that belongs in a spreadsheet, but it's really the engine of life. In money, cash flow is simple. Income becomes expenses, expenses become investments, and investments become stability. But personal cash flow runs deeper. Your energy becomes your habits become your productivity becomes your progress. Your attention becomes your focus become your skills, and your skills become your results. Your time becomes your projects become your identity, and your identity becomes your success. When life feels chaotic, it's usually a cash flow issue. Your inputs no longer support the outputs. You pour your time into distractions, your attention into noise, your energy into short-term fixes, and your money into things that fade by morning. Finance teaches us that the strongest systems are the ones that run on their own. In life, habits and routines are those systems. They're the quiet machines that turn the raw inputs into the life you're trying to build. 7, your money reveals your identity. This one hits hard. Your bank statement is your identity in numbers, not your goals, not your intentions, not your dreams, your behavior. Your identity is shown where your money goes. If you spend on status, you crave validation. If you spend on entertainment, you crave escape. If you spend on learning, you crave growth. If you spend on investments, you crave freedom. And if you spend on savings, you crave safety. Money is probably one of the most honest feedback mechanisms that you'll ever get. Once you understand that, you stop lying to yourself and you start making decisions that honestly align with the person you're trying to become. 8, emotional control, the skill behind wealth. Study any financially successful person and you'll notice one thing. They don't let their emotions control their decisions. And finance is the ultimate emotional training ground. Markets go up, you feel greedy. Markets go down, you feel fear. You see a shiny object, you feel impulsive. You feel stressed, you want to spend. Finance forces emotional discipline. And emotional discipline is the foundation of consistent habits, long-term success, healthy relationships, good decisions, personal growth, and stability. If you can't master your emotions, you can't master your money. And if you can't master your money, you can't master your life. 9, why the broke stay broke and the winners win. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, and it's not talent. It's decision-making frameworks. The broke mindset is think short-term, react emotionally, chase trends, avoid uncertainty, fear discomfort, seek instant gratification, value entertainment over education. The winner mindset is to think long-term, stay rational, seek compounding, manage risk, build systems, delay rewards, value growth over comfort. Success isn't about income. It's about behavioral patterns repeated thousands of times. Finance is just a mirror that exposes those patterns. Understanding finance means understanding life. Finance isn't about getting rich. It's about mastering the fundamental skills in any area. Resource management, delayed gratification, opportunity costs, risk management, compounding, cash flow systems, identity, emotional control, and long-term thinking. That is why I say if you don't understand finance, you don't understand success. Because understanding finance teaches you the mindset that builds a strong relationship, strong identity, strong body, strong career, and a strong life. And later on, I actually want to introduce more finance content to the channel because I genuinely love finance. And I think it fits perfectly here because this channel is all about trying to become the best version of yourself. But for now, if you want to begin mastering the foundation for any level of success, start with this next video.